Hey everyone, this is Alan from Rawlo Financial, and there has been a portfolio update. So as you can see in the title, I did buy Shell. So that is, for most people, that's Royal Dutch Shell, the massive oil and gas company. So I want to take a look at how much I bought, what that means to the portfolio, and the sort of general thesis around my portfolio and what I'm looking at long term, what sort of portfolio I'm looking to build long term, why I'm buying the companies that I'm buying. So I won't delay you too long. We'll sort of get straight into the portfolio, an actual physical look at it, what I've bought, and then we'll discuss. So let's just take a look here. So here we are on the last cell there. We can see Shell, ticker symbol SHEL on the London Stock Exchange. And I put in £1,097.17, and that was bought on the 3rd of January of this year, at a price of £25.80 roughly, and that got me 42 shares. And this was bought within my ISA account on IG Trading. What does that mean for the portfolio at the minute? So if we take a look, I'm going to move to the dividends one, and I have factored in the dividends in orange for next year based on roughly what they've been paying out. So Shell is fortunate enough to pay dividends on a quarterly basis, so that is 4 payments per year, payment every 3 months, and it looks like roughly about £11. So when I factor all the payments in for this next year, and then we divide it by 12, I am on track to earn, as a guesstimate, I can't emphasise that enough, as a guesstimate, roughly about £71.82, and that is just as the portfolio stands. That is compared to a monthly payment of £18.47. So as you can see, the portfolio is moving pretty fast now. We're gathering a bit of momentum. So last year, in 2023, what does £18 cover? That barely covers my gym membership. In fact, it doesn't. My gym is slightly more than that. And in 2024, we're talking phone bill, and gym membership sort of thing. Or we're getting close to it. That's what we'll be covering. Now, obviously, I'm not even going to stop there. There's going to be more companies bought over the coming months. I'm hungry for it at the minute. I like working. I've got my game head on. I want to earn big money, and I'm looking to deploy that cash. I'm really excited about this year. I've just, when you start the new year, and you're just so stoked for it. That's kind of how I'm feeling at the minute, and I'm really looking forward to seeing which companies I buy and how I can build that going forward. I just want to go back to the holdings again. So as you can see, so far up to now, when I put that over there, we have a collective total of £11,496.49. So the portfolio's gathering a bit of pace now. I quite like where this is going. I'm feeling confident about what I own. But yeah, let me tell you my general thesis of what my portfolio is going to look like for the next decade, next 20, 30 years. I think, unfortunately, the world's heading towards a position of higher inflation. Now, that doesn't mean it'll be higher all the time, but we will have periodic spikes, I believe, of higher inflation as a result of just sort of the West and in general sort of nations at the end of their monetary system. So what that means is they've all gathered up too much debt. They are absolutely swamped in it. And there's only so many times you can keep lowering it and keep this game going. And eventually we're going to have higher real rates for a long time. And that, unfortunately, for you or I, or the average person on the street, means bad times ahead. There will be inflation, and we need to find ways to protect ourselves against inflation. As I've said, I do believe that inflation will be like periodical spikes. So there'll be, like, not that long ago, the official inflation around the world was what did it get to? 7-8%. Obviously, they were manipulated, the figures, but that's what the official statistics were, about 7-8%. And then it's dropped down subsequently recently. But I do believe that'll spike again. So I'm looking to build titans that have massive dividends and also things that do well during inflationary spikes. So I'm more than happy to own well-established, well-reputable sort of oil and gas companies, even other commodity companies, so like even maybe coal and things I've had in the past as part of a portfolio to build build out a commodity stock. I'm not scared against owning things like them. I know the world says that we're going away from fossil fuels, but that is not for a long time. In the meantime, I think a lot of commodities are priced to go higher, and as a result of them going higher, you know, the underlying companies that produce them should have a reasonable profit margin and be able to pay sort of fat dividends. So there's basically capital growth there, and there is also dividend growth there, I believe. So you know, this is we're talking long term. I'm not looking to day trade or monthly trade or jump out of companies. Don't get me wrong, if I feel like a company becomes ridiculously overvalued in the short term, I might look to sell it sometimes and sit on the sideline. But if I do, I will let you know on these portfolio update videos. But yeah, guys, I am feeling good about where we're at. I'm looking to just continue to blast through. So that's my first purchase straight off the bat for 2024. And I will be looking at just continually accumulating that sort of price, you know, maybe over £1,000 here and there, and just keep, every time I get it, bam, more dividends, more dividends, more dividends. And I look forward to sharing the portfolio with you guys, you know. Let me know in the comments below if you like the video. So I'm filming here. I'm always conscious about how this works for the viewer, so please let me know how you feel the lighting's going, the sound's going. I don't always, you know, get feedback in terms of how that works. So you might not like it. You might think the audio sounds tinny, or the lighting or the video quality isn't that good. A lot of the times these days, I do try to film from my phone, from my car, especially in natural lighting. I do have one of the latest sort of iPhones, and the quality of the video I find is really good. So where I can knock out sort of a quick video, of informative video, and we don't need to look at data, I will try and use my camera phone because I think it's really handy. But where I need to, like for example, the portfolio is probably a bit better when you can actually see a spreadsheet. I don't know about you guys, but I love seeing spreadsheets. I'm such a spreadsheet guy. I like to see the numbers and the data in front of me. I like to see charts as well. In fact, at some point in the future, I might even look to build charts. That's the sort of geek that I am. I love it. But yeah, let me know in your comments, guys, what you've got in your portfolio. Let me know if you think my portfolio is coming along nicely. What sort of goals have you set yourself for the year end? You know, I'm looking to add ideally a couple of £1,000 to this portfolio, really pack it out, you know, get some good dividends flowing, start to build momentum now. Anyway, thank you for watching if you've watched. If you haven't subscribed already, please hit the like button and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video, guys.